Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
You're listening to House of Cards.
Today, the game is different.
I want to gamble. Gambling is a very serious business. Is that clear?
Welcome to House of Cards. Dave Weishautel with you, deep from the swamps of Jersey. We got a great show coming up for you. More and more states are allowing sports betting in this country, but is there a hidden danger to this very popular activity? Coming up, I'll be talking with David Bluder, a first-time novelist who wrote a fascinating story about the darker side of sports betting. The name of the novel is The Great Gamble, and we're going to hear all about it when I talk to the author, David Bluder. So stick around. We'll be right back with House of Cards. Hey, this is Dave Weishautel from House of Cards with your House of Cards gaming report for the week of May 20th, 2024. This year's 150th running of the Kentucky Derby was a record-setting event in terms of wagering. First, the entire Kentucky Derby Day program reported a new record of $320.5 million of bets. The Derby race itself also broke a record for wagering, reporting $210.7 million. The entire Kentucky Derby week also set a new record for wagering, reporting $446.6 million of bets. Ocean Casino Resort in Atlantic City announced round-trip helicopter service from Manhattan during the summer. Ocean Resort teamed up with Blade Helicopter Transport Service to offer a 6-passenger helicopter ride from New York City directly to Ocean Casino's new rooftop helipad. The flights start on May 25th with flights scheduled for every Saturday in July and August right through Labor Day weekend. And finally, for all you MMA fans who also love to play the slots, here's a story for you. Games Global announced a deal with the UFC to develop customized online slots. The initial rollout of the UFC-themed slot games will be in July. However, a soft launch is scheduled for May. The online casino operators that will feature the game will be announced later. Sounds like a fun game to play. Have any news or tips regarding casinos, gaming, or legislation? Send us an email at newsroom@houseofcardsradio.com and follow us on X at HOC Radio. Sign up at jackpot.com and you can bet on the world's best lotteries where the biggest jackpots are up for grabs. Powerball, Mega Millions, some of the biggest lotteries can be found at jackpot.com. Simply choose your lotto game, pick your numbers, or use their quick pick feature, and you're done. Sign up at jackpot.com with code DRAW24 and get a free lottery ticket with your first deposit. Jackpot.com, it's the world of lotto in your hand. Terms and conditions apply. You must be at least 18 years old and in the United States to play. Void where prohibited. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You're listening to House of Cards. Check out our website at houseofcardsradio.com.
Welcome back to House of Cards. Dave Weishautel with you. In the last couple of years, sports betting has been sweeping across the nation. Lots of people are making lots of money, but what effect could sports betting have on the sports world and this country? In his new novel, The Great Gamble, David Bluder creates a fascinating story about the uglier side of sports betting. And to tell us all about it, we have David Bluder on the line. David, thanks for joining us.
My pleasure.
I got to tell you, The Great Gamble is a fascinating book. Can you give us an overview of the story?
The Great Gamble is being somewhat endorsed as the explosive revelation uncovering the biggest secret in America. And it begins with the protagonist, Jason Carson, and he is the #1 high school basketball recruit in the United States. And he's got incredible skills. He's a handsome guy, 6'9" body. He's had hundreds and hundreds of schools that are offering him scholarships. But has a profound quandary. His mother is a single parent who has ovarian cancer and without any health insurance. And the two of them are about to lose their rundown apartment in Oak Park, Illinois. And that enters a guy named Ricardo Perez. He's a confident, sophisticated, kind of an aggressive sports agent. He wears Armani suits. He speaks 5 languages. He does yoga. He listens to classical music. And he's been pursuing Jason for months, and he understands the kid's dire circumstances. And he delivers a proposal to Jason, who's running out of choices. He gives him a secret loan. And of course, We all know that's illegal from NCAA standards.
Sure.
To pay off his mountain of bills with only a handshake. And that's to be paid back when Jason receives his gigantic NBA contract after a year stint in college. And then meanwhile, Perez, after the agreement is made, appears to Jason for a little bit of help. He tells Jason that his Oak Park High School team beat Elk Grove Village by 25 points 3 weeks earlier, and he asks them to keep the score at about 22 this time. A little point shaving, as a lot of people on your channel understand.
Yep.
And the games begin. He heads to college. Jason goes to college, an unusual choice he makes because he doesn't listen to his high school coach, who would receive a condo in Florida if Jason decides to go to UCLA, but he picks another school, and I'm not going to talk to you about that. But And then there's another protagonist that's involved. He's a blazing narcissist, and he's an FBI referee. His name's Tim McMurray. And the guy's an egomaniac. He's a divorced womanizer who gloats that his next wife hasn't even been born yet. He leads this life of the paranormal, the occult, seances, numerology. And then he's got a big stake in changing some of the outcomes of games in in unthinkable and deadly ways.
Now, what inspired you to write The Great Gamble?
Years ago, Tim McDonough, and I know you guys have talked about him, especially when Matthew Holt was the president of the United States Integrity was on, and you guys were talking about him. Sure. He came out with the NBA and was discovered, 10 years ago, and David Stern came out at that time and said this was an isolated incident. And Stern passed away recently. They've done, Axios News did some study and said that there were probably 10 or 11 other referees that they considered were involved at the time. So that intrigued me. Now, my wife has been the women's basketball coach, University of Iowa, for 21 years. Last year, she was the Naismith Coach of the Year. And so we've been around sports for years. She's been a coach for over 35 years. And so we've talked to a lot of different coaches and referees and of all different sports. And, you hear about all this, the FBI came out with the money that was given to coaches and AAU coaches and players, and little is done. And you talk to other major coaches around the country, and they say it's all being done. So that kind of created the thing, and over time we just kind of continued to research and talk to people and came up with this wild, crazy story.
I got to tell you, when I learned about your background, I just want to tell everyone that this is a work of fiction, but, you have experience in business, you have experience in banking, politics, and like you said, your wife Lisa is an amazing coach in the NCAA. And the first thing I thought of is, wow, how much of this story is actually something you've experienced or something you've heard about firsthand. I mean, I know you don't want to give out, names or anything like that, but that's the first thing I thought of is, wow, you have the experience and you have the, you were in the right places at the right time to hear about these stories. I mean, how factual are the things that we see in The Great Gamble actually going on?
That's something that I probably don't want to talk specifically about. The legendary Dan Gable, who has won, 15 national championships at the University of Iowa. He's probably one of the greatest legends in the United States in sport. He specifically said that I probably want to just kind of keep it as a novel, so people don't understand what could be true or what could be just fiction. But so I'm not saying much about that. I'm just saying it's a story of what could happen. Marv Cook, who was a two-time All-Pro with the New England Patriots, says it's a story like Tarantino's. It's a mixture between Sicario and Pulp Fiction. So it's like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, where what could happen if things align or if things get out of hand.
One of the great techniques that you use is interjecting real-life news headlines and news reports throughout your book. I think that was a very effective device in telling the story. Why do you think that was important to weave those headlines throughout the story in The Great Gamble?
That's a great question, and it's something that I did later on as over the years, because it really perceives that something could happen in a real life setting, and that I think really allows people to understand that this thing could happen, and shows how it does happen in certain circumstances.
Stick around. We'll be right back with House of Cards.
The bathroom of your dreams is only a phone call away with BCI Bath and Shower. We can make your ordinary bath and shower extraordinary. This is not a cookie-cutter design. This is a complete custom build that will fit your every need. It's never been easier or more affordable than right now to get the bathroom of your dreams. We have the best monthly programs in the industry with payments as low as $99 per month or no payments, no interest for 18 months with approved credit. The hardest part of your new bathroom is gutting and building the tub and shower. If your bathing area is old, there could be damage behind the walls and possible mold and mildew, which can be a serious safety issue. At BCI, we don't cover a problem, we fix it. Call now to get a never-clean glass-treated door with a no-track system at half off for the first 50 callers. Factory-trained, certified installers made in the USA and discounts for seniors and military. Call 800-755-0466. That's 800-755-0466.
You're listening to House of Cards.
I'll bet you $20 I can get you gambling before the end of the day.
No way.
I'll give you 3-1 odds.
No.
5-1.
No.
10-1.
You're on.
Welcome back to House of Cards. Dave Weishuttle with you. For those of you just joining us, I am talking with author David Bluder about his novel, The Great Gamble. When I read the news headlines interspersed throughout your story, it has the reader thinking, is this country implementing sports betting the right way and the safest way possible? In your opinion, could this country and the state governments do a better job in creating safeguards with regard to sports betting legislation?
Well, I'm just going to answer that with another question. Has the NCAA really done a good job in their ability to keep sport in a ethical and legal manner? You look at some of the things that the FBI came up with in the last 2 years, and there's almost nothing that's been done to any of these coaches or teams or players. So it's almost impossible. And as you guys know, what's so interesting is you don't have to win 60 or 70% of the time.
No.
If you win 52% of the time, as the people that understand like yourself, you can become a huge winner. And so it's just a small sliver that needs to take place. And there's so many ways you can do it.
Throughout the years when the sports betting started up, there was this one regulation. I guess it was to protect student athletes. I mean, some states require that if there's betting in the state, you cannot bet on any college or university located in the state that you're betting in.
Right.
Do you think that's an effective regulation, or is that a first step of creating better legislation, or is it just a kind of a lip service to, we're trying to be this integrity issue, we're trying to match that, but is that really effective?
Well, it's a smokescreen. If you even look at the number of college athletes that are actually betting, it's enormous. And I've seen that percentage over the years. But the interesting thing is we're trying to take, that story and really explode it into, in the book it talks about a discovery of a major art theft. And then there's a revelation of a hidden area in an iconic United States landmark that's discovered. There's the shocking scandal that leads to an international manhunt. And the neat thing, Dave, is we also have an FBI investigation that incorporates the famous Kryptos encryption. And this thing, talking about what's factual, this is a factual thing, and it's the encryption that's used. There's a gentleman that actually lives in Chesapeake Island, not too far from you, and he created the Kryptos encryption. And there's 3 levels of it, and there's the first 2 levels haven't been able to be cracked. They've used, supercomputers. They've had the greatest hackers in the world try to crack it, and they haven't been able to crack the encryption used by NSA, CIA, and FBI. And there is a symbol, statue that's right outside the CIA in Langley, Virginia, and it shows it's a picture of numbers and letters, and it's a symbol for Kryptos. Mm-hmm. And this book even gets involved in that. So there's a lot of layers, not just one story. There's layers as to how this whole thing could actually occur over a period of time.
That's the first thing I thought of reading your book. I mean, I have kind of a different perspective on it. I'm sitting here in New Jersey, and I can tell you that they're playing about 4 or 5 online casinos and sportsbook TV commercials an hour. I mean, you can bet from your phone on the couch. You can't drive down the turnpike or the parkway without seeing billboards. I mean, it is becoming so pervasive. I mean, it's just almost everywhere. It's almost like background noise. If you're walking into one of my rooms in my house and the TV's on, chances are there's going to be a sportsbook commercial on. I mean, is that
wow?
Yeah, I know. Is it getting dangerous for the country that the fact that it's everywhere and it's almost like a background noise now? I mean, you wonderfully called it America's secret. I mean, are they hiding in plain sight? For New Jersey, anyway.
Well, they're hiding everywhere.
Yeah.
20 states now have legal betting, and even Iowa, as of February, they had $240 million, and this is even without sports going on. In fact, we came out with this book March 16th, and it was supposed to come out the day after the NCAA tournament. The biggest sports betting day in the United States, and this whole thing came out right when the COVID-19 came out. So it was really a terrible time, actually.
Sure.
So we hope to maybe re-release this thing at some time.
I read your book cover to cover, and the first thing I thought of when I finished was the Supreme Court, which allowed sports betting. I mean, for 8 years during the court battle, the professional sports leagues argued, sports betting is terrible. It's the worst thing that could happen to sports. It's the most evil thing you can do. The court overturned the ban on sports betting, and now the professional leagues are making deals with sportsbook operators. I mean, they're even building a sportsbook in the arena in Washington, D.C., where the professional teams play. I'm not going to reveal the ending of your book, but I'm thinking what just happened and why the change of heart. I mean, talk to me about the professional sports leagues. What responsibility do they have with regard to regulations and sports betting?
Well, they're interested in it. I just spoke to the vice president of the NBA who came to the University of Iowa about 2 months ago, right before the epidemic, so 3 months ago. And he said, they're trying to watch it, but it supports engagement. So that's what they want. With everything, especially with baseball, losing the last 20 years, people that are actually watching the game of baseball, they need more engagement. So that's what these teams are trying to do, and they're trying to do it in a manner that is legal. So what comes of it, I don't think they understand.
Now, from what I read about the book, The Great Gamble was a 10 years project. It was 10 years in the making. Now, from the start of the project, Are you surprised how the issue of sports betting and gambling evolved in this country?
Absolutely. In fact, that's the number one question I get. And so what I did about 10 years ago when I started getting this idea is I started reading a bunch of the craft books, Dave, and I started with the Gotham Writers Workshop in New York, and then I started reading a lot more. And after I thought I'd pursue something, I visited with a gentleman that owned, his name was Jim Harris, the original owner of the famous Prairie Lights bookstore in Iowa City, Iowa. And he recommended that I call an editor friend that went through the Iowa Writers Workshop. And if you don't know the Iowa Writers Workshop, it's more difficult to get in a Writers Workshop than Harvard Medical School and law school combined. And it's had authors like John Irving, T.C. Eliot, Kurt Vonnegut, Flannery O'Connor. And by the way, they had an author, W.P. Kinsella, and he wrote Shoeless Joe, which I just ordered yesterday, and it became The Field of Dreams. Wow. And it's a great story. So I was reading about that. I'm going to read that book. But they've had 17 Pulitzer Prize winners over the years. So I found an editor from the Iowa Writers Workshop, and then proceeded to write and read other novels and take numerous courses at the Iowa Summer Writing Festival. And I used various other editors from the workshop, the Stanford Writers Workshop, and after 10 years, and 10 full drafts and piles of pages and more research, we finally came up with the final manuscript.
Now, The Great Gamble has gotten incredible reviews and endorsements. I mean, you even had Congressman Jim Leach do an epilogue for the book. Who are some of the others that have endorsed the book?
Well, Senator Bill Bradley, he, from Princeton, of course, right there from where you were, and Final Four, and 10 years with the New York Knicks, an NBA champion, gold medalist, guy who was a Rhodes Scholar, and of course, former president and candidate. We had Bobby Hansen, also from the world champion Chicago Bulls. In fact, Melissa Isaacson was the beat writer for the Chicago Bulls, and dances, the Final Dance. She was on a few episodes. She wrote a wonderful endorsement. Tim McClellan, he was the retired Major League Baseball second most senior umpire. He was behind the plate for the George Brett's Pine Tar game, and then Sosa's cork bat game. Of course, another couple more cheating there, which is interesting that he endorsed this book. We had Dan Matheson, former director of operations, New York Yankees. He endorsed. We had Tom Arnold, actor.
Hey, all right.
He wrote a wonderful endorsement. Bob Bowlesby, commissioner of the Big 12. We had Ann Myers Drysdale, the only female to sign a contract with the NBA, and she married Don Drysdale. She's the GM, president of Phoenix Mercury. So we try to get a group. And of course, we had Dan Gable, 15-time NCAA champion for coaching, wrestling legend. We just go on and on. It's really exciting stuff.
So what's next for you? Do you have another book coming out? Is this a series of books that you have planned? What's the plans for the coming years?
I'm currently writing a international political thriller. So, looking at DNA and how we could change voting, and there's a lot of things that are going on. It's cryptocurrencies involved in that as well, how some of the banking issues may change. So there's a lot of crazy stuff going on right now, and it's just happening, like you said, real quickly.
Yeah. David, we're running out of time, but can you tell people where we can get The Great Gamble?
You can get The Great Gamble, hopefully, at Barnes & Noble. You can get it on Amazon. You can also get it directly, because Amazon's a little backed up, icecubepress.com. And if you don't want to actually read it, you can also you can get it on audio. There's a guy, Joe Osheroff, who is the actor, famous TV actor on Broadway and TV, and teaches at NYU Tisch School. Mm-hmm. And he actually did the audio. So It's on 75 major distributors. And you can get it on Google Play, Apple Play, and you can actually listen to it.
David Bluder, author of The Great Gamble, an absolutely incredible book, and I urge everyone to pick it up because it's such an important story dealing with the issue of sports betting. David, thanks for joining us.
My pleasure.
Stick around. We'll be right back with more House of Cards. Sign up at jackpot.com and you can bet on the world's best lotteries where the biggest jackpots are up for grabs. Powerball, Mega Millions, some of the biggest lotteries can be found at jackpot.com. Simply choose your lotto game, pick your numbers, or use their quick pick feature, and you're done. Sign up at jackpot.com with code DRAW24 and get a free lottery ticket with your first deposit. Jackpot.com, it's the world of lotto in your hand.
Terms and conditions apply. You must be at least 18 years old and in the United States to play. Void where prohibited. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Interest rates and inflation are out of control. Is your credit card debt also out of control? It's time to resolve your debt and take back control for a lot less than what you owe. If you have $10,000 or more in credit card debt, then you need to call us right now. Debt Fix Pros can significantly reduce the amount you owe, and you could be debt-free faster than you think.
I knew we had to do something. Our debt was growing.
It was getting out of control, and we just didn't know what to do.
We saw an ad for Debt Fix Pros. We called, and they showed us how fast they could get us out of debt.
It really was amazing, and now we're back in control.
Call now, and we'll show you how easy it is to fix your debt. The call and consultation are free. Call Debt Fix Pros right now at 800-479-3522. That's 800-479-3522. 800-479-3522.
With costs going up, Adam and Eve is the best deal around. With 50% off a sexy adult product at adamandeve.com. That's 50% off right now when you point the camera on your smartphone at the code on the screen. Don't get up. Just open your camera and point it at the screen. Hurry! You'll also get 10 free gifts, including free discreet shipping at checkout. This is your chance to get more for less. So scan now for 50% off plus 10 free gifts from adamandeve.com.
Every 40 seconds, a kid is reported missing. Find the Children provides educational material that teaches your kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs are very successful in bringing kids back home to their family. You can help protect our kids and bring the missing kids home safe by donating your unwanted car, truck, SUV, or van, running or not. We guarantee you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast free pickup, usually within 24 hours. Over 2,000 kids are reported missing every day. Call now to donate your vehicle. Donate now to bring these kids home safe.
Call 800-934-2260. 800-934-2260. 800-934-2260.
It's a casino. People gotta win sometime.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a giant, colorful check to deposit.
Beatin The House is brought to you by Jackpot.com. Sign up at Jackpot.com and you can bet on the world's best lotteries where the biggest jackpots are up for grabs. Powerball, Mega Millions, some of the biggest lotteries can be found at Jackpot.com. Simply choose your lotto game, pick your numbers, or use their quick pick feature, and you're done. Sign up at Jackpot.com with code DRAW24 and get a free lottery ticket with your first deposit. Jackpot.com, it's the world of lotto in your hand.
Terms and conditions apply. You must be at least 18 years old and in the United States to play. Void where prohibited. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Welcome to another edition of Beatin The House. I'm Doug Weishuttle here with Dave Weishuttle. We're going to be crisscrossing the country, the continent, sometimes the world, talking about the latest in the casino and lottery industry's jackpots. If it's $100,000 or more, we will be talking about it on this show. Press releases, info at turnpikesportsradio.com. Keep those coming in. We love hearing from everybody out there. We're going to start off, and I've been noticing a trend lately with this show.
Okay.
Every so often, we actually hit not just a player on a heater, but a casino on a heater.
All right.
Every so often we have this whole string of Caesar's Palace
jackpots. Usually it's Caesar's out in Vegas.
Well, we're going to Michigan now.
Oh,
We've got the Four Winds New Buffalo Casino on a heater.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we talked about them. I don't know if it was last week or the week before.
It was actually last week.
Okay.
And actually, it's the same game.
Oh,
okay. We've got the Polka.
So this is Michigan, huh?
This is Michigan. Four Winds, New Buffalo,
New
Michigan.
Buffalo. Okay,
Michigan.
So it's all right.
There are a couple of Four Winds casinos out there. This is the Four Winds, New Buffalo.
When you said Buffalo, I was thinking New York.
You were thinking New York, yes. I know.
It's Michigan. Okay.
It's very confusing to throw Buffalo in when you got Michigan.
Yeah.
But it's Four Winds, New Buffalo in Michigan.
All right.
Pokagon Band of the Potawatomis.
All right.
We have a guest from Schaumburg, Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
Winning a progressive jackpot of $536,614.25.
Okay.
And this is the game again, because previous week, Dollar Storm Wild Ninja.
Yeah, we talked about that. We know Dollar Storm.
Yes.
We weren't sure if we knew the Wild Ninja version of it. But no, Dollar Storm Wild Ninja. Was that 2 weeks in a row?
2 weeks in a row, same game, different size bet, by the way.
All right.
That's what threw me off when I got this new press release. I actually thought this was a repeat of the last one.
Okay.
But the last one was a $10 bet. This was only a $5 bet.
Wow. Okay.
But it's $536,614.
So everyone should get on over to Four Winds, New Buffalo.
Play the Dollar Storm Wild Ninja.
Dollar Storm Wild Ninja.
Yes.
Apparently, it's paying off.
It's paying out.
Yeah.
But they're not done.
Okay.
Same place. A guest from Mishawka, Indiana.
All right.
$177,894.30. Progressive jackpot the following day.
Wow. Okay.
Double Blessing slot machine. There's another game I do not know too much about.
I was going to ask you about the same slot machine, but no. What was this?
The Double Blessings slot machine.
All right. Okay.
And this was at the Four Winds South Bend Casino.
Okay. Wow.
The Four Winds casinos are kicking out here.
Yeah.
That's an 88-cent bet.
Jeez.
Yes.
Wow. Good for them.
Then we have on May 2nd.
That's pretty much my speed, by
Yes.
the way. So good. Oh, good. Wow. With the Four Winds.
Yeah.
What's going on there?
Not done yet. We got another one.
Oh, my God.
We have a guest from Valparaiso, Indiana, winning $104,500 on May 2nd, playing the Mystical Mermaids slot machine at Four Winds South Bend.
Wow. Okay.
$100 bet on that one.
Jeez. All
Both
right.
remain anonymous.
Get to the Four Winds. Wherever you are in the country, get to the Four Winds.
They're blowing money out.
It doesn't matter where you go. Just make sure it's Four Winds,
Yes.
apparently. So.
Well, that's kind of it's very fun to see this because we're getting more and more different casinos into the mix here.
Mm-hmm.
And again, different games too. Double Blessings and Mystical Mermaids. I've never seen them pay out like that before. No. So kind of good to see that. Good to see the new the Four Winds coming onto the show here. More and more often,
in
obviously.
In a big way.
They just kicked the door down and said, "Hey, we're here."
For 2 weeks in a row?
Yes.
All right.
Now we're going out to Nevada, and we're going to talk some more of our typical stops here. We've got Red Rock.
All right.
We've got a 7-card straight flush hitting Pai Gow in Pai Gow Poker. $288,433 and a $5,000 fortune bonus win as well.
All right.
That's that side bet that triggers the progressive. Mm-hmm. But it was a 7-card straight flush Pai Gow. We have not had a Pai Gow in a while.
Yeah, no, it's been a kind of a slow Pai Gow kind of month.
And now we're going to Fremont. Staying in Nevada, going to Fremont, and we're visiting the 9th Island again.
Oh, okay.
Visitor from Hawaii.
Okay. They call, what do they call it?
They call Las Vegas 9th Island.
The 9th Island,
yes.
Because, if you're in Hawaii, which is well, first, nothing gambling, but it's such a beautiful vacation spot. I always wonder, where do people go on vacation when they actually live in a beautiful vacation spot? And apparently a lot of people in Hawaii go to Las Vegas.
Yep. Right now, the only thing...
That must be like a 3-hour flight?
Something like that, yeah.
Okay.
But the only jackpots you win in Hawaii right now is when the lava misses your house.
Yeah.
That's a win right there.
Yeah.
But here we have an early morning stop at the Fremont. And when I say early morning, we're talking 3 a.m.
Okay.
Betting $10 a hand at the bonus spin blackjack progressive. Basically, it's blackjack with a wheel.
Okay.
You place your bet, the $10 hands. So this is what this person did, $10 hands. Put the side bet, $1 bonus spin side bet. Mm-hmm. Now, what happened was she won the blackjack hand, so that triggered the spinning wheel.
Okay.
And it gives you even more money.
Man, that's a lot of action going on at that table.
Especially at 3 a.m. in the morning.
That's wow.
This happened on her third
So
hand.
is blackjack and also wheels involved?
Yes.
Okay.
And actually, if you take a look at it, I've seen this game before because
All right.
I've always wondered, walking through some of the casino floors, you see these spinning wheels above a blackjack table.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what this is. This was her third hand, put down her $10. She won the hand. It got the side bet going too. That started the digital wheel above it.
Okay.
And then the jackpot hit for $114,869.69.
Oh, okay.
So congratulations on the 9th island there, giving out another jackpot.
All right.
We're going to leave the West Coast and we're going to Jersey because we've got another run of Jersey jackpots.
Oh, okay. Jersey
and what
jackpots.
I'll do is...
Now, our last Jersey jackpots, what was that? The beginning of April?
That was the beginning of April, as you
Okay.
see me moving my notes around so I can actually read these.
Oh, okay.
I got a whole list of these for the second half of April.
Okay, this is just the next half of April, right?
This is the second half of
Okay.
April, and we actually have $1 million winner mixed in here.
Oh, okay. Is that the third or fourth this year? Or?
This is the fourth.
The fourth, okay.
Yes. Here we go. Starting right off the bat, the show within a show, Jersey Jackpots. April 16th, $109,578 on FanDuel Casino playing Light and Wonder's Buffalo Gold Collection. Read that off.
Oh, I get to do a Jersey jackpot?
You get to do a Jersey Jackpot
All
this
right.
year.
Okay. On April 18th, there was a $128,800 winner on DraftKings.com playing IGT's Mistress of Egypt. I have no idea what Mistress of Egypt is. I guess that's a Cleopatra kind of thing.
Exactly.
All right. Then we got $100,000 at Hard Rock AC. I guess that's the brick and mortar on IGT's Game King. Again, I don't know what
poker.
that is.
Video
Oh,
poker.
okay.
Video
Video
poker.
poker. Okay. Now, I don't know what this is. DBL bonus.
Double bonus poker. That's the game.
Oh, that's the game that
Yes.
that was the Game King?
Game King double bonus poker.
Okay. Oh, a double bonus poker.
Yeah,
okay.
that's the video poker one on that.
Okay.
Remember,
All right.
when you see a Game King, it has all the different games on it.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah, all right. Looks weird. Double
that's how it's recorded by the DGE.
All right. Okay.
So
And the last one is $101,698 on FanDuelCasino.com playing IGT's Cash Eruption Vegas.
That's actually a fun
Cash
game to
Eruption
play.
Vegas. You won that in New Jersey. Good for you.
That's actually a very fun game to play,
All right.
by the way.
Okay. So that was my one try at doing Jersey jackpots.
That may be the start of something. We
All
can
right.
alternate.
No,
You don't want
I
to.
No, I got the double bonus thing wrong.
Anyway, here we go. I'm going over to April 19th, which I had originally skipped over to earlier.
Okay.
$115,165.23 on DraftKings.com, and I've been seeing this company's name everywhere, and I have to laugh when I see it. The company's name is Paul.
Oh, Paul. Okay.
Yep. The Almighty Buffalo Megaways game.
All right. Another Buffalo game.
Another
huh?
Buffalo. Well,
All right.
Buffaloes are symbols of good luck.
All
So.
right. Okay.
April 20th, we've got $100,032 on DraftKings.com, again, playing Williams Jinjai Baoji Endless Treasures. $131,848.05 at the Brick and Mortar Hard Rock, playing Aristocrats Emperor's Treasure Dollar Storm. There's another Dollar Storm.
Dollar Storm.
Over on April 21st, we've got another Hard Rock Brick and Mortar, $160,100. Aristocrats Dragon Link Happy and Prosperous. Now, I've always noticed every time Lunar New Year hits, for a couple of months afterwards, we see all these the Asian themed games hitting a lot.
Okay.
And there were a lot more Dragon Link Happy and Prosperous in the list for 50,000 or more.
Oh, okay.
So,
All right.
we only do $100,000 or more here. So, April 22nd, here's the biggie.
Oh, this is the $1 million one, huh?
$1,072,966.65 on DraftKings.com again.
Wow.
The last one was on DraftKings.com, I believe. IGT's Wheel of Fortune Ruby Riches.
Ruby Riches.
Another Wheel of Fortune paying out
Okay.
big money.
Yeah.
April 26th, going back to the brick and mortars, we've got Hard Rock again, brick and mortar, Atlantic City, $129,168.45. Playing Light and Wonder's Huff and More Puff, the
Okay.
sequel to Huff and Puff.
Yes, that's the Three Little Pigs themed one.
Right, exactly.
Right? Okay.
April 27th, we've got $108,075 at Ocean Casino.
Oh, okay.
We've been starting to see a lot more ocean casinos paying out.
I was just sent something that Ocean Casino now has helicopters.
They did a deal
I
where
don't know what the
there's
hell's
a
that.
round-trip helicopters to Manhattan.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right.
I think they're doing a couple a day.
Nice. All right.
And again, we have Ocean Casino. Here we have $108,075, like I said, playing Konami's All Aboard Piggy Pennies.
Okay.
A couple of pig-themed wins there.
All right.
April 30th, Borgata Brick and Mortar in Atlantic City, $130,500, playing Aristocrats Dragon Link Happy and Prosperous.
Oh, that's another Happy and Prosperous.
Exactly.
Right? Okay.
And that's it for Jersey jackpots for the second half of April.
All right. So
However,
do we have a total for April? Now that we're done with April, do we have a total for Jersey?
We have through April 30th, 633 jackpots of $50,000 or more. Now, as I say every
in
week,
the state of Jersey, yeah.
in New Jersey Division of Gaming Enforcement, they do release a spreadsheet every 2 weeks of all the jackpots happening in New Jersey casinos, both online and brick and mortar. $50,000 limit. If it's $50,000 or above, it makes their list. I'll be honest with you. It was 4 pages long this time for this half of April.
So they had 633 jackpots of $50,000 or more for the month of April in New Jersey.
Total of $61,659,644.56. And through April 30th, this is from January 1st through April 30th, 4 jackpots of at least $1 million this year.
Wow.
We are lagging behind last year.
Wow.
They
Okay.
had 5 by this time last year.
Yep, and I've won none of that.
No, I've won none of these.
Not one of these things at all.
But that's it for this week's Jersey Jackpots. Back to the main show.
Okay, hold that thought. We're going to take a quick break. See you on the other side.
Account. The IRS calls it enforced compliance, and now they have the manpower to get you. Penalties and interest on unpaid taxes compound daily. So call One Stop Tax Relief Shop and get the IRS off your back. They're experts in the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks the IRS has ever offered. And no other tax shop gets you more or faster approvals. One Stop Tax Relief has resolved thousands of cases since 2014 and saved clients millions of dollars. Call now for a free consultation. Connect with tax professionals who get the IRS off your back.
Call 800-605-0688. 800-605-0688.
One Stop Tax Relief Shop.
It's a casino. People got to win sometime.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a giant, colorful check to deposit.
Beatin The House is brought to you by Jackpot.com. Sign up at Jackpot.com and you can bet on the world's best lotteries where the biggest jackpots are up for grabs. Powerball, Mega Millions, some of the biggest lotteries can be found at Jackpot.com. Simply choose your lotto game, pick your numbers, or use their quick pick feature, and you're done. Sign up at Jackpot.com with code DRAW24 and get a free lottery ticket with your first deposit. Jackpot.com, it's the world of lotto in your hand.
Terms and conditions apply. You must be at least 18 years old and in the United States to play. Void where prohibited. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Welcome back to Beatin the House. This is Doug Weishuttle here with Dave Weishuttle. We're continuing our crisscrossing of the country, talking about the jackpots that have gone on in the casino and lottery industry over the past week. Again, $100,000 or more, and now back to our program here. We're going to start off with a New Jersey lottery story.
Oh, yeah, I've heard this one all week long. Is this the fortune cookie thing?
Fortune cookie.
The fortune cookie lottery winner.
And I remember saying, whether it was a week ago or 2 weeks ago, I haven't seen a fortune cookie winner.
Oh, well, you got one now.
Thank you, New Jersey Lottery. We have the New Jersey Lottery reporting that a New Jersey man won the Cash for Life jackpot after his fortune cookie predicted the lottery win. Didn't give him the numbers.
Okay. Well, see, that was my question, because if you open up a fortune cookie, it usually gives you numbers.
Yes.
They're like your lucky numbers,
Yes.
I guess. I was curious if he used the numbers, but no, it just said believe in miracles.
Right.
So, yeah.
Now, let me tell you something. This is a fortune cookie
It might
win,
have
but
had
it's not a
numbers.
fortune cookie win. I'm looking for the numbers.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that yet.
The number,
I don't care about
he didn't use any of the numbers that was in
Yeah.
the fortune cookie, but it just said believe in miracles.
This is technically a fortune cookie win, but not the fortune cookie
predicted
win
it.
I
No,
was looking.
I like it. I like this story. You know, it's
a great story for Jack Pocket.
I love
he
it.
used Jack Pocket to get the Cash
Nice.
for Life
Nice.
Cash for Life game. He took the lump sum of $1 million instead of the $1,000 a week for life.
Mm-hmm.
Going over to Virginia, I'm breaking my rule again here. This is not a $100,000 winner. This is actually a first-time winner.
Okay.
Caitlin B. from Yorktown, Virginia, was running errands for her mom.
Oh, that's nice.
Decided to buy a lottery ticket for the first time. Turned out she won $50,000
Nice.
on her
Good
first try.
Well, see, she was nice. She was doing things for her mom. You know.
Yes.
Stopped, got a ticket. Good.
The
Good for
Pick
her.
5 game she won.
Good. So you know what? Lesson is run errands for your parents and be nice, and you'll be rewarded. See,
Yes.
the universe gets in line, and, you know, karma is good, and you get something special for your efforts.
And we going over to Michigan now with the Michigan lottery story, which says it pays to have friends who work at gas stations.
Okay.
You
always need a good friend who's a mechanic or something like that, you know?
Well, according to the winner here, she's a local woman in Iosco County, Michigan.
Okay.
She was visiting her friend who works at a gas station.
Okay.
While she was there, she said, "Give me a lottery ticket." Ends up, she won $316,000 and $316,854 on the Fast Cash Lucky Clover jackpot.
Okay.
That's a kind of a little offshoot. They have a whole bunch of different Fast Cash games in Michigan, but that was, the first time she played the Lucky Clover one. Visiting her friend, said, "Give me." It was an afterthought at the gas station.
See, those are two nice stories. She was visiting her friend. The story before that, the woman was running errands for her mother. You know, there's two nice people, something working out for them. It's great. Good to hear.
Yep, and when her friend checked the ticket for her, it kept saying, "File claim at lottery office."
Oh, that's what it says?
That's what it said.
Wow.
So she knew.
So
she
it doesn't
won big.
say you're a winner. It just says file claim.
No, I still remember when they first came out with that digital thing. It said losing ticket or your ticket is a loser.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I think in Jersey when it first came out, it said loser.
Yes.
When you put it-
Well, for Jersey, I would expect that phrasing. So,
yeah.
But we're going to finish up with a very interesting Massachusetts lottery story.
All right.
Now, we had an interesting one the previous week where the woman won $1 million within 10 weeks of each time.
Yeah.
She won two jackpots of $1 million within 10 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
We now have the very first Jaws jackpot winner.
Oh, yeah, the Jaws game. What is that, a scratcher?
It's a scratcher.
All right.
It's a $50 scratcher.
Okay, and this was Massachusetts. Kind of appropriate because the film Jaws was filmed in Martha's Vineyard in Massachusetts. So it's kind of appropriate that someone from Massachusetts won the first Jaws thing.
It's even more appropriate when you think it's a Martha's Vineyard resident.
Oh, it was in
who
Martha's
won.
Vineyard.
He is a Martha's Vineyard
the
resident.
exact same area where the movie was filmed.
He bought it in Eggerstown, where it was also filmed.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, you go right down the line here. This is Jaws movie. Jaws.
Oh yeah, no, it's.
He won the.
By the way,
$1 million.
He won $1 million. Congratulations! By talking about Jaws and being on Martha's Vineyard, you can go over that bridge where the shark swum into the lagoon and things like that. You can still see the sites and areas where Jaws was filmed. So, no, it's great that an actual Martha's Vineyard resident was he a resident at Martha's Vineyard?
He's a resident for 30 years.
Wow, great, good for him. It's like Jaws. That's where it was filmed, and that's
Yes.
where he bought the ticket, and that's the first $1 million winner for the Jaws game.
Well, it's kind of interesting. There's a lot more to this game than just the ticket, too.
Oh, why?
This,
I thought it was like a scratcher. You
I
just
got this
scratch it.
press release, and it went through so many different things that are attached to this game.
Right.
You've got second chance winners. You've got a 30 winners will be given a chance to play the Jaws-themed game show.
Oh, I didn't know there's a Jaws
on the
game.
vineyard. They're getting a trip to the vineyard to play in the Jaws-themed game show.
Okay.
Don't even know what that entails because they didn't go
Is
into
that
detail.
televised somewhere? Can
It
I
must
watch
be
that
online
somewhere?
somewhere.
'Cause
Must be online somewhere.
I'd watch that.
The winner of that game show is guaranteed $1 million.
Wow.
So that's kind of an interesting little
Nice.
second chance prize here for all this. And the trip includes a 3-night stay at the Harborview Hotel in Edgartown, which I think that hotel has something to do with the movie, too.
I don't know.
I think that was used for that conference room scene where they're trying to figure out who they're going to hire.
I'm sure all those those hotels and when they were filming Jaws, I would assume they had the camera crews and the whatever staying there. So
they have a Jaws branded welcome gift for all the second chance winners going to do this game. The winner will also get a Jaws Island tour.
Okay.
On a custom guided bus.
Like I said, you can still visit the sites there.
A private Jaws movie screening.
All right.
And a shark-infested waters theme party at the hotel in their honor for the winner, the $1 million winner.
Nice. Okay.
So kind of interesting to see all that was attached to that lottery ticket.
Great.
It's I guess you're getting a lot for that $50.
Is this an anniversary of the movie, or I don't even know
if it's an anniversary of the movie.
I can't remember when it came out. So.
78, I think.
I don't know.
But it has. Well, the game's just been out for a year, and like I said, this was one of the first $50 scratchers.
Nice. Okay.
And the Mass Lottery got a lot of flack for introducing a $50 lottery ticket,
well,
but
it paid off.
Well, let me tell you something. What they're giving here.
No, it's amazing. It's great.
The $50 is well worth it, especially that
yeah.
second chance trip,
Absolutely.
where you actually get a trip to Martha's Vineyard, get a Jaws tour.
Sure.
If you win the million, also win the game show and the $1 million prize there. So there's a lot more to offer with this game, with this ticket, and it's really cool to see the lottery stepping up and doing this.
Absolutely.
That's it for the this episode of Beatin The House. Congratulations to all the winners we talked about, including the ones I messed up on Jersey Jackpots this week. But
it was a brilliant read by me, by the way.
Yes, it was thrilling.
Fantastic.
It was thrilling.
That was fantastic.
Captivating.
Yes.
But we only do $100,000 or more, so there's a lot more winners out there. Congratulations to everybody out there. Keep on playing, and we'll keep on talking about the wins.
Well, that'll do it for us this week. We'll see you next time with House of Cards.
Drag his fallen chain across the desert plain. You build a house of cards around a lover's heart. Wild country